Happy birthday, Mr. Eastwood. Go ahead. Make my day. Happy 91st birthday. A man's gotta know his limitations. Right turn, Clyde. Yes, it's Saturday, June the 5th, the day after I've been to the doctors about my... Can you see that? It's like a fried egg on my elbow. That's small compared to what it is at work because it doubles in size at work. Can you see? A lad at work's a draw face on it, and another lad told him off and said it's not funny. Stephen's history of having cancer, but I can take a joke, I suppose. Yeah, I got a phone call when I was getting ready, 3:15. 3:30. I said, no, 3:30 now. So I went down, weather like this, red hot, sunny, yesterday, because I finished work at 1 o'clock, back home for 20 past. It was red hot. I thought, do they have air conditioning in our bloody country? No water. There was room between the lifts for a trolley. I said, why not put a trolley full of water on there with some kind of cooler oil, one of them big... And she looked at me as though I've asked her for an elephant's ear on a bun or something. I said, I nearly said doctors are paid enough to go to Morrison's and get a load of water for the patients who were waiting in the heat. You know how long I was sat there? 90 minutes. Well, sorry, 80 minutes. Then I was called in, a load of people before me, so it wasn't 3:30, it was 5:10. And I went in, asked her all about my previous medical history, had a poke at my lump, my fried egg. And she was a little slip of a girl, or Indian girl or whatever. I will have to consult doctor, I've not been doctor for very long, I consult my colleague, Dr. Baster. Sit back in waiting room. So another 20 minutes, sat on my ass, called me back in. We'll book you in for blood test, 15th. I said, yeah, well I'm off that week, I'm having my jab on the 11th, although I've had a phone text to say it's now the day after on the 12th, on a Saturday. Yes, that's my phone, no smartphone, I don't understand them. Hepcat Harley gave me his old iPhone 6 a while back, and I was just baffled with it, but that's simple enough. Oh, people at work are doing all that half of the day. Stop faffing around, live a little. Yeah, so I'm booked in for blood and an ultrasound scan on my elbow. So I'm not going to stick a needle in and drain a bit of fluid off and test it. See if it's just gel from my bone or whatever, or it can't be an infection, I'd be dead by now. It's been there 3 months. So, I have to wait another 10 days or so. Because I'm not dying. Yeah, so my jab is now, in fact I'll alter that. My jab is now Saturday. I hope they got it right and not mixed it up. Jab, exclamation marks. I don't know. Keep singing praises of NHS, don't you? But I think it's a bloody shambles, it always has been. Like I said, they killed me dad. Dad went in with terrible pain. Doctor said, go to a swimming bath, you need exercise. I said, I'm 63. That is my advice. And go back to work. And he collapsed, and 3 weeks later he was dead, riddled with bloody cancer. Go to swimming baths. Look at this, vanilla, toilet tissue, vanilla, warm vanilla. I've heard of vanilla ice, not vanilla ass. What's the idea with that? Still it says soft. Yes, just been shopping like I said. Went to Aldi. And every time it's payday I treat myself, so I've just got some garden lights, crackle light, set of 6, chain, colour chain, because the one I got from a cheapo shop last week has failed, and I thought I should go back. They'll probably say, where's your receipt? I said, well, I chucked it away, I didn't think they'd fail. It is 2021, should things actually be failing these days with all the technological advances we have, they shouldn't be failing, should last for 1,000 years, like the blurb in the adverts say. Although having said that, my amber LEDs on the side of the radiator thing, after I cleaned it all last week, one's failed. And instead of faffing about, I've ordered another 4 off eBay, £6.88. That's coming next week sometime, next weekend. So I'll just replace them, no point faffing around with them. Yes, so there we are. Smoothie, trying to get healthy. Biscuits. Spoons, I'm glad you can still buy spoons, I take them to work. To eat my trifle with, or my cheesecakes. And to make brews with. I thought you meant to be doing away with them. I saw that on the Father's Day stand, $9.99. I used to like Famous Grouse, and I thought I'll put it away for next Christmas. Bourbon cask, it said reduced from $15.99 down to a tenner. So I thought, yes, payday treats, although payday was last Friday. Get touring for my toes, wearing work boots all day. Savlon, I haven't seen that for ages. I normally get crappy bloody Germaline that stinks. Savlon, yeah, if I get a box cut at work, best thing. Pack of 10 face coverings out from Aldi. Still need them, don't we? Come on England, June 21st. Bloody hell. Don't kick her out of bed to get to you. Vinda 2, yeah, I had a curry last night, treating myself. After another bottle of this. I had 3 bottles in the fridge. I just finished one in the backyard. Merrydown, it's absolutely delicious, you try it. 6.8%, sweet, not that silly bloody dry stuff. Proper cider. And yes, it's made with apples, unlike White Lightning, Zeppelin and Frosty bloody Jack. Got some chicken for the moggies, they've left it, and they've left their breakfast. Well, I had a bit, and they're too hot, aren't they? So, crackling lights. Have you left the chicken, Ginger? Ah, it's alright, you stay there, baby. You're too hot, aren't you, kitten? A little old man, aren't you? What's that gunge round your eyes? To clean it with your cotton bud. Yeah, there's flies hovering about, because what did I discover this morning? A dead mouse. Bobby's been at it again. In the backyard this time. You okay? You too hot? There's a dish of water down there for you. You're just too hot, aren't you, baby? Oh, it's burning. Oh, his fur's grown over his sky. Goodbye, yeah. Petunias, sprouting nicely. Begonias up there, flowering at last. Yes, that rose tree is thriving. I'll give them another chance. If I get scratched, I'll snip the sod down. That's a new crackling ball light from Aldi. It lit up before when I did that. Oh, there we are. So they work. I hope. More begonias. And what they're called, gladioli, purple ones, but they grow 2 foot high, don't they, before flower buds appear. And they tend to flop over, but I'm going to put another hook up, I think. Oh, super glue's washed away. Oh, I just used them metal prongs from when it were rose trees here. More begonias. They're meant to be trailing. The idea was, if they do get bushy, they trail down here. but they're very fragile. A lot of them have died, plus they're getting eaten. I've got some bug spray. As for biking, yes, that's a slim panatella. I did a tribute for Clint Eastwood's 91st birthday. Should I include that? I was after a few Corona beers. Well, I just planted some sweet pea climbers there 10 minutes ago to replace the dead climber which I got from Morrison's, but it expired. And because that was only £1, it said scented sweet peas, so I planted them. Hopefully they won't expire. They're being eaten as well. Slug, I need slug. I need to buy some slug pellets. That's what I'm trying to say. Lavender, yeah, I'm going to get my mum some, so I went back to Tesco's and it's sold out. But maybe she already has some. Lovely, isn't it, lavender smell? Natural lavender. What's the other crackling lights? And I got them a while back to replace all the dead alley ones there from Tesco. There's hundreds, isn't there? Hundreds of little flower heads ready to burst open. Yes, I still have some Corona left from my Clint Eastwood tribute. 91. Go ahead, make my day. Some of these films are a bit crap though. The Gauntlet, that was the worst one. It was on a witness protection programme, protecting Sandra Locke, who he had an affair with and ditched his wife for. Then Sandra Locke took him to the cleaners to the tune of millions. And then he, when he was having his relationship with her, he kept getting her parts in his films. But the end scene, he's in a bus going down a road and all the coppers run out of sight, opening up with machine guns. Well, the velocity of them rounds will go straight through and they kill the cops on the other side in reality. But of course reality isn't considered for action films, is it? Not really. And then what was that, The Unforgiven? He's in a barroom at the end and they're all blasting at him, they all miss and he kills every one of them. It's just, not realistic, but I do like Clint Eastwood. He was a proper biker, wasn't he? See, flies are still buzzing around. The dead mouse was under there. And I've poured some bleach from a spray gun. I sprayed it and flies were still buzzing around, so I dolloped a load of bleach there. And flies are still sniffing around. Dirty sods. I should have got some more bleach spray. It won't affect the cats under there. So Bobby's still catching mice and the ones in the house are still there. I was actually on the toilet the other day and I heard scratching under the shower floor. I thought, don't say it's got up behind the panelling and into the back bedroom somehow. Mum said it might have had babies, you'll have a overrun house full of mice. You'll have to call the, what do you call it, rent-a-killing. I said, well, let's hope it doesn't get that far. If it gets bad, I'll just rip all the panelling off, find a meat, dispose of it, and then put the panelling back on. Why am I waffling? Well, it's one of those days when it's too hot for bikes. I was cooking with a jacket and helmet on last Sunday on that long, 30 odd mile countryside ride. So I thought I'll have a rest today. Saturday's a fettling day or a day of rest, Sunday's a biking day. So I'll finish this beer off, have a look at the Aldi catalogue. See more whiskey. What's Aldi whiskey like? Crap. Glenmoyne at 12-year-old, 20 quid. Glenorrin, single grain whiskey, 15 quid. Oh, Sunday 20th, that's when Father's Day is. Paul McCartney's 79th birthday is on the Friday then. 18th. And if there'll be any special festivities. You should say, all my fans come to Liverpool. I'm going to have a party and all my fans are invited. I doubt it. when I was 10 feet away from him in 2019 on that film I made. Someone's recently commented, a miserable old fart, why couldn't he just stop and sign for you? And he still thinks he's a Beatles megastar, that's why. And fans aren't worthy of much attention. That's nice. Premium jumbo bedding plants. Dahlias, petunias, begonias. In store only. Yeah, $3.99 again. That's what they were selling in April. And mine all died. Daphne, fuchsia trellis. Barbecues. I've got a chimney here. I was going to spray paint it. And I intend storing them ladders here. I'm going to make some ladders out of decking scope to this grass. Like I said, I'll have to get some good quality decking when I'm off in either June or July. Oh, they're selling little lights and candles. Dad's Army. Who's that meant to be? Mr. Men Books. Licensed soft toy. In-Betweeners. I never watched In-Betweeners. Men's character pyjamas. I am your father. Reserved for Grandad. Ah. 824 by 50 and 1030 by 60. That's not bad for 20 quid. The ones that I got was £250 in 1996 Sunagore from Argos, made in Japan. And I got them because the Hale Bop comics was coming over. It was just like a smudge, a star with a smudge at the back. And everyone thought it'd be skimming, whizzing round. But because of the distance away from Earth, of course, you can't even see it moving. And I had that good job at Ultraframe then, so I bought them. And it was just a slightly bigger smudge with a tail on. Mine are 25 to 100 zoom by 70 on the big objective lens. I still have them. Patrick Moore's fault. He said, you don't need a telescope, just a good pair of binoculars will see the Hale-Bop comet quite sufficiently. Bollocks. It didn't. £150 wasted. Anyway, so no bites today, very sorry. I'm relaxing. I just had a meat feast pizza. And I had that bottle of cider with it. And I just opened another Corona. So happy birthday, Clint Eastwood. Which is your favourite film? Them biker films with Clyde and the Black Widows. What do you call that? An arm? That? Oh, a tattoo. That's a Black Widow. You know, more people are killed in the United States every year by Black Widows than any other creature. Oh yeah, where we come from, we just squish them. And then Philo Beddo, isn't it? No, it isn't. Not in Clyde films. Any which way but loose. Philo Beddo's the... Yeah, he is. Yeah, the barroom brawler. That's Philo Beddo, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, he goes outside and beats the hell out of these two bikers. I don't like the Dirty Harry films. They're silly. Especially the last one with that remote controlled car with a bomb in it. Bloody hell. Like I said, they get a bit silly. Coogan's Bluff, that's not a bad film, and he also has the ride on a Triumph as well. And it's him riding the Triumph, chasing a baddie. Lee Jacob, he's also on an old Triumph. Well, the film was 1968, Coogan's Bluff. Linny Raven. I got little green worms inside my brain. So there we are, no bikes today, very sorry. Relaxing in the backyard with a helmet on. So I'll take it off before my brain cooks anymore. Bye for now. Look at these two. Thunderbolts and Lightfoots. Yeah, baby. Oh, you could look with Bobby. Don't worry, be happy. I'm glad they're working. I'm feeling bloody miserable for some reason. Maybe we should sit in the yard and look at my new lights twinkling. I've got to get some painkillers, my arm's hurting now. I'll have another cup of tea. Yeah, it'll be nice when it's finished. What about all the flower beds though and benches? Presumably they'll add them at a later date. Where am I going today? Well, I was tempted to stay in the backyard again, but I had enough for that yesterday. You need to get out and about, don't you? You're doing all of it. Chain feels smooth. I just dolloped some copper grease on. I've had it in a pot for ages and I thought, well, I might as well splodge that on instead of spraying it. Spraying my other sprays. I normally use chain wax, WD-40 chain wax. Wonder if grease will fling off. We're being sloppy. And yes, I'm going scenic route to Blackpool. I was thinking of going on the motorway, but there's no rush to get there. Yes, Blackpool. I thought I'd go. I keep watching that chap's videos, A Walk on the Wild Side. He seems to focus on all the grot spots. I once said, and I think he stopped speaking. I said, why focus on all the shitholes? And he keeps on about the red light district and the back streets massage parlours, stroke brothels, that's what he hints at. I said, if you're trying to attract visitors, you're not doing a very good job. We need to get people going there again, us that know the nice areas, and rebuild the economy. He wants to frazzle on a bloody beach in Benidorm, watching Sticky Vicky with a ping pong ball. It's disgusting. All that has to offer is cheap beer and guaranteed sunshine, or at least we've got other things to do at our resorts, even if it is raining. Cricket again. I'll fill my tank up in Long Ridge, I think. This is a whole different choice of different routes to go. In fact, when I get to the A583, I think I'll go on that and see Blackpool Honda's open. Woody, Adventures with Woody, CX500. Adventures with Woody took his big Africa Twin on a very bumpy country road, and he's come off and broke some ribs. He said he's alright, and it's only a broken mirror and a bit of plastic which you can glue back. You could have had some of my mirrors. I've got some spare ones, diamond shaped ones, which were marked up at Oxford, manufactured by Oxford, but in fact they had identical ones on eBay for half the price. And then I saw these blue ones from China. And he says it suits my needs at the moment. I thought, well, that NC 750 that Ainsworth Riders got is a lovely bike, and it seemed very light when I sat on it. Certainly lighter than them of the Africa Twins. Personally, I think they're hideous machines. Just horrible. There's nothing to say about them apart from the capacity for luggage and passengers on the back. Yes, it looks sunny over Blackpool way, and them hills are Long Ridge way. And I've had a good night's sleep, so I feel alert. I'm alert. And in fact, at the petrol station I'll get 2 cans of something with caffeine in. Yeah, I sorted my Tarzan horn out because I didn't realise there was still a bloody 12 volt plug which worked loose even though I put tape round. Once the tape gets hot, they work loose, and that's where it lost the connection. It was tucked under the seat unit, you know, where the rear light is, which is why I didn't spot I still had one of those crap connections on. I don't know why I even thought of using them. Probably because you have a built-in fuse with a little light on. Are you going right, Albert? Yes. I'll stick my arm out just to reassure this chap. So yeah, it's a bit of a tootling route, but it's peaceful and scenic with not a lot of traffic. Not a lot of people know that. But having done this route so many times, well, I won't say I get bored, you know, but it just beats the motorway route. I mean, motorway, I could be there in 20-25 minutes. Like I said, no rush. I just thought I'd see if anything's happening on the promenade, or is it going to be chocker? This is a bit of a pain to get down to the A59. This road comes to that hollow, well, this is Hollowhead Lane technically. Hollowhead Lane. And then the other road, which goes down to the A59. Straight across the lights to Ribchester, then it's Long Ridge. Then Broughton. I could turn off at Broughton, I suppose, but even that's a bit of a pain. That's why I varied my route last week. We must think of alternate routes just for a bit of variety. Keep my head still. Keep trying to hold my head still. We must all remember, keep the head still. No sudden movements, it makes you feel seasick. Keep doing that. You know what I mean? Although some people do film perfectly still, I don't know if they have some kind of device fitted or into the camera, some software that stabilises their image, but it looked like I was doing that last week. I'm not shaking my head or nodding my head, it's just vibrations and crappy roads, isn't it? But some people manage to do a perfectly smooth filming session even on crap roads. I mean, my old camcorder had an what did he call it? And not anti-shake, wasn't it? Anti-shake, little hand come up. But as this is a budget camera, not a bad picture, is it, for 30 quid? Actually, I got it for 28, this particular one. Original one, like I keep saying, was 80, and I got one for 50. This one was 28 from a German shop, and I got two, because we were going cheap, and the other one is with Mr. Calderdale down in Gloucester. That's a nice house, isn't it? No, I won't test my wolf whistle with this young lady. Oh dear, what a shame. We should all be glad we've got the health, shouldn't we? I keep complaining about aches and pains and things, but we should be glad we're all physically fit and able to ride our bikes and enjoy these short lives of ours. Blimey pigeons. Yeah, rhododendrons, they flower at this time of year just once and then that's your lot. So whether I'll get any flowers out of my single one, I don't know. I hope them sweet peas, that's good, isn't it? Chiseling the side of the road. I hope them sweet peas flourish. 2 metres high full of lovely scented flowers, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. After finding that dead mouse stinking yesterday, I need some nice smells in the backyard. That's why I got that lavender. You know, I thought of breaking one of them lavender things off and tucking it into this helmet. Not that it's getting smelly or anything, but because I like the smell of lavender. Proper lavender, not I want to sprinkle my helmet with lavender talcum powder, what old ladies put in the bloomers. Gloves as well, they get a bit smelly, don't they? Although I've not had any trouble with these so far this year. But we've not really been very far, have we, with the lockdown? Oh, we're still on a lockdown technically. Oh, who's tooting? Oh, is that lad on the bike turned off? Looks like it. Wonder what bike it was. Well, it said scattered showers on the radio. We shall see, won't we? I may not always love you, Da 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 dee 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 dee. La da 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 da. What good would living do me? God only knows how I'd live without you. Do 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 do. Lovely views, nice clear day. Wonder what that is over there. Because all the hills have got names, haven't they? Yes, it's going to be another relaxed toodle, very sorry. No breakneck speeds. Because I don't want to break my neck, basically. You never know though, do you? More nice houses. Who lives in a house like this? A businessman or a footballer? Where's my head still? Can you see all this lovely view in front? Heading towards Ribchester. Lots of cyclists about. I push bike brakes a lot better these days. When I had a mountain bike in the 90s, when I worked at GEC, I had leather, extra long brake pads, like blue leather. Or some kind of fibre. It smelled like leather. It could have been anything, couldn't it? But I only used it for work and the occasional canal bank ride. Be careful, missus. If you have a vest on, I have his vest. Little town, parish of Dutton. Yeah, I was sneezing in bed this morning because it's hay fever season for me. Thought I'd grown out of it. It might just have been dust. I've hoovered up in 3 rooms this morning, that's why I was slightly delayed getting out. Plus I was on my deck chair. Salt braking. He's off the gas Albert. First green, 3 miles. I've been on that lane, it's a bit narrow for my liking, so I've not been on it since. I may not always love you, but when I'm thinking of you, what good would living do me? God only knows how I'd live without you. So are the pubs back to normal? Lots of cars in the Ribchester Arms. Are they all sat outside? Have you got masks on? Are they using the masks as sieves to sup their beer with? Yeah, the sinking scrumpy cider, that has bits in, doesn't it? But I'm very pleased with that Merrydown stuff. I've discovered Merrydown cider. I am a cider drinker, I drink it all of the time. I am a cider drinker. Oh, well, fire. Try to avoid little manhole covers if you can, instead of putting your front wheel down them. That's we're singing. I am a cider drinker, I drink it all of the time. I am a cider drinker. I know, a bit of a tight turning circle there. And a grotty little junction that is. Look at this. So my mum's 82-year-old boyfriend, Ernie, lives here and he thinks the world of it. Personally, I think it's a bloody one-horse town dive. She keeps on about buying a bungalow after her operation. It's a bit lucky to get 80 grand for a 3-bed terrace with the yard's about twice as big as mine, but still. No upstairs toilet, the toilet was always downstairs so that we could have 3 big bedrooms because there were 4 kids. Mum, Dad and 4 of us lot there. Although she does have shares, you know, Unilever shares, and when I used to have lots of shares till I sold them all to buy my house. I said, put your house up for sale, and if it sells, move in with Ernie for a while in his flat. I'm not moving in with him. That's what I'm just saying, move in with him and then sort the money out, and then you could look for houses together. Although I'm not sure what he has. He's put all his money that he got off his sister when she died into bloody premium bonds. I said, you shouldn't be buying premium bonds when you're 82, just in case you win. Live your bloody life every day. Silly old sod. They say that, don't they, but it's a money thing. Live each day as if it's the last, because one day it will be. Well, we can't afford all to do that. We work for a living, sadly. I should be retired now, 57. If I'd have joined the police like I intended when I was 16, I would have been retired now. You can smell that new mown grass. Oh, they're digging bloody road up again. Marvellous, isn't it? There's the junction for yet another estate. These bloody gears are still sticky, despite putting that gunk in the gearbox. So I keep my visor open for a bit, some fresh air. Get my face full of bug splats. Look at that, it's a cuckoo hole that. Or some kind of bird probably. Someone can go up and fix a little footrest outside. They can grip, can't they, birdies? You have little claws, so it'll be alright. I thought of getting a bird box, but I think the cats might dispose of them when they land. Yeah, just had to move 2 cats. I've got that bloody fake grass everywhere for them, and they're laid on the yard floor. Ginger was led behind me back. I said, what are you doing there? Get on that grass. He didn't answer. I don't think they like lying in the full sun, do they? The cats must get hot with all that fur on. Yeah, I'll be, don't stick your bonnet out too far. It's like a Triumph, big adventure bike. Do they weigh a ton, I wonder? Who wants used bikes anyway? Only got mine for the novelty of having a bike that actually fitted on. It doesn't matter, does it? When I had that little CB 500 afterwards, it was like a pea on a drum. I said, no, it's the other way. A pea on a drum is small on big, I'm big on small. Pea on a drum. if you're very tall, very few bikes are suitable, are they, apart from huge adventure bikes. Although, like I said about Ainsworth Rider's NC 750, just fitted me, a lovely little bike. Say a little, it's 750. Another turn off for Hurst Green. And yes, up there is where the written stone is. If you ever want to visit it and be cursed like me. More rhododendrons, very nice. Yeah, one so nasty aftermath of a crash here. Someone tried to turn and someone was whizzing round the bend and walloped girl with a mini and she was crying aside that road. It would be, wouldn't it? Everyone should just slow down. See, was it? We've gone out to the 30 zone, you probably didn't see the signs for the bend and wallop. Pooh. That's that yellow rapeseed plant, isn't it? Stinks like bloody sweaty feet. Right, approaching Longridge, fill up, get some little cans of something. If you have any high energy, I'll try them. They taste like bloody piss though, don't they? That's the trouble with this pie bag. I put me a little plastic compartment with a spare batteries in and a spare microphone and stuff and a spare SD card, and I put my puck in, and then in the other compartment is where you put food. Of course you don't put a puck on the floor and mix it with the area where you put your food. Oh, look at this. Jeffrey Hill. See, like I said, I could have gone Jeffrey Hill and then the other way, but and there would have been good views, wouldn't there, on a clear day like this. I mean, I'd always love you. These are old houses, aren't they? Look at that. Oh, well, 1791, not exactly ancient. Oh yeah, that's been on the wall for years. Remember that in the 60s when my granddad used to drive us to Blackpool on this road, and his old Humber Super Snipe Mark 3, or was it Mark 5? Big 3-litre tank of a car, as used by executives in the 60s, but it rotted away like hell. 1967, they were taking us round, and then by 10 years later it just rotted. It was just left to decay in someone's yard, a builder's yard. Any good stuff? High octane. Oh good, I stopped at the right doings. Oh, a bit of a gap. Yes, got my card on me. Reset. There we go. 10 to 2. I think that key's getting worn. I'll do it this way. Yes, no fuss about helmets, I don't think. Look at price, 150.9. You know, creeps up, doesn't it? So, how many leaves will I need? 12 maybe? Oops. Well, 8. $13.93. 9.5 litres. Well, it would take another couple of litres, but that'll do. Hello, cactus fruit, I'll try that. See if it keeps me alert in Blackpool. And fuel was 14, wasn't it? Yeah, I better keep it, please. If I'm paying on my card. Thank you. See you. All very straightforward. See, I think the key's getting worn. I do have my other one, but that's equally grotty. Can you get, well, you can get replacement keys, can you? But I'm wondering about the HISS, Honda Immobiliser Security System. Must be a standard chip, I think. You can get a blank key with it in. Or I might make some inquiries about another key. Yes, gears should work. Always change down into first or even neutral. Was that the exit? No, it doesn't matter, does it? Some of them you're not allowed out on a certain entry. You know what I mean? Converted pub into a convenience store. How sweet, love story, bridal flowers. $16.32 that cottage. Witchingham. An Aldi built on a new estate, that's handy, isn't it? Not too posh for Aldi then. So yeah, Red Bull, see if that keeps me alert. I'll glug one at Blackpool Honda if it's open. I've never actually been in. I'd like a look in and see what they have second hand wise. Oh, hellfire. Why aren't those little nasty dips dealt with urgency? I suppose, like I keep saying, cars can handle them better than bikes, but it goes right through your bloody forks and through your elbows, doesn't it? I think there's one round here somewhere. I remember going down a dip. It's roller coaster road. I don't think it's round this corner somewhere. Oh, that was one, but there's a few worse ones. Nice road, this, isn't it, for bikes on a summer's day. So the scenic route to Blackpool until we get to Grotty Broughton Junction, and then, oh see, this is that, there it is. They put some tarmac round it, that grid. That must have been the one. Really nasty sod it was. Front stanchions have to put with a lot of jarring, don't you? I'm amazed they survive. Especially when you wonder what's hiding behind the clamps. But stanchions rust. I mean, if they rust with pits, you know, little pits, they must rust behind the hidden fork clamps. We've got a speedy car driver behind us wanting to get past. Shouldn't do because there's a car in front. Whittingham at Goosenore. See, all this way, this is where Tingle Hall is, one of these turn-offs. So-called haunted house, but now it's under private ownership, so you can't go in. I went up for a look a while ago, but not a lot to see. More new builds going up on this busy corner. What's a huge mound of earth for? Basements. Yeah, do people actually have basements? I always wondered that. On a new build, would it just be a straight house, or would people actually... is there a basement? I want to put a gym in it. Or a man cave. With a pool table in. So it's quite a trek to the Tingle Hall turn-off. White cars caught up. And if I should put some more of that oil thickener in when I get home. He's turning. Goosenore chippy. Are you pulling out, Albert? No. Think of all the steam rallies and classic car shows I've missed over the past 2 years. There it is. It's not signposted now. Turn off for Tingle Hall. Private road. Full of bloody speed humps. Haunted my ass. That Jimmy Carr said that. That's the alleged comedian. Do all of you believe in ghosts? Do you think your house is haunted? Well, let me tell you the truth. It isn't. Grow up. merciful. I've gone on the motorway, I've seen another nasty manhole, you have to look out, don't you? If I was a local resident, I'd put yellow spray paint in the road with some kind of triangular warning. They don't consider bikes, do they? In fact, I think bikes are a pain in the ass to residents of these villages. Yes, what is that? Car wash. That could be a good biker. Imagine if that were a biker cafe. It'd be marvellous, wouldn't it? Like a mini Ace cafe. Car wash at the moment. Big car park. Well, big bike park. Look at that one. Put white spray paint around that one. A bit too late after you've gone down the bloody thing. I'll try and get a still of that if I remember. Still of the Ace Cafe manhole. Yeah, I forgot to test my horn. That sounded a bit one-sided. Hope it's still working on both sides. Right, well, we've got a choice, haven't we? Straight on. Oh, the crappy motorway there. A6 Woodblumpton. I've been through all them villages. Ray Green, Woodblumpton. I think after I got lost one year. Yeah, this is room for two. Should have ironed out this awful junction though. Probably after complaints from local residents, plus there was a school here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's school. Tattoo on your side. Why are lots of girls getting tattoos? More cyclists. So, what time did we set off? Nearly an hour ago. This is all the windy lane bits. Ellswick, Singleton, or do we turn off before then? I forgot. This is that dodgy bridge. There's two actually. This one's dodgy enough in case there's big vehicles coming. There's an even narrower one further up. National speed limit section. Woodblumpton Kirkham. Why am I saying Woodblumpton like that? Frumpton, Camberwick Green, Chigley. Here we are, Inskip, Ellswick, Fleetwood. Another check. Okay. Oh, little baby. Must be a seat you can attach to the front handlebar. Mounting post or something. But in fact the baby gets bug splats in its eyes. You have a little helmet on, I didn't notice. Ah, this is that bridge I said, slow. I always toot me horn. There was once a huge bloody bin lorry coming the other way. I managed to brake in time. Now then, where's the junction with this A683? There is a route through a little town that's a bit weird because there's no signs. Catford, Inskip, Ellswick. Yeah, it's a new build town and you're left wondering, hang on, do I turn left, right, what? I think that's just before the A683. There's a long straight somewhere, I've not been up here I don't think, with a sudden 90-degree bloody turn at the bottom. I once had a close call there because there was a car coming around and I was braking heavily. That was a woman, young girl, driving rather fast. Can we see the tower yet? Is the promenade going to be chocker? Like I said before, we shouldn't really think that way, but I thought, well, if I go to Blackpool, up and down bloody prom, brake spud, which was only called bother with because it was like leather last time. What's the point? But it's just a pleasant ride up the promenade. I like people watching and seeing what bars have gone up or come down or closed or reopened. Plus the hotels I keep fantasising about booking a 5-day stay. I really like to just relax, have a few beers, but I come back with all that junk I normally buy from the gift shops, and there's enough jumble in my living room. See some nice little stretches of road, isn't there? Inskip. This is some kind of radar station, I think, with these towers, whatever they are, radio transmitting, detecting Russian activity. Look. Boy racer. Triumph to up. Yes, this is that little village with the charming little thatched cottage in it. Nice, isn't it? Ah, this is that junction coming up with all these new builds. And it doesn't give you a clue whether to turn right or left. It is right. But would a stranger heading to Blackpool know? Probably not. Well, everyone's got sat-nav these days, haven't they? No, they haven't. See, they're all new builds on the left. Creates home, St. Petersfields. St. Michael's Garstein. Oh, they're on fire. Where's a 683? Is it a 583? Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain. Walk on, walk on. It's the stables, I think. Someone asked for directions. Cross Moor. See what I mean about the windy lane area. I should be testing my tyres and oil on this road. No sign of those scattered showers, but like my mum and grandmother always said, forget about weather forecast. To the side of Preston, it's always lovely. It's the hills round where we live that attract all the rain. Just shut all the turn off. Yes. Ooh, bug splat. Great Eccleston, yeah, well. I thought I saw some blue smoke off all the Mercedes. Yeah. That leads to the 585 and so does this, can't escape it. Well, this road deteriorated over the past 2 years. Very bumpy. I think, yeah, this is that straight where I opened up once, braked heavily, and look at this, can you see it just tightens up right at the bloody Or do you think it's going to even out? It doesn't, it tightens up. I was just thinking of not going on the 585, but I wanted to check out Blackpool Honda. And then I thought of going on that bumpy back road, which, if you can, if I can not get lost, it leads back to, well, that roundabout, that airport road. That's a pain in the arse. Like 6 sets of traffic lights. And it's under my nose. Purple rhododendrons, very nice. Wonder how many different colours you come in. Never seen any yellow ones. Purple, red, white. They're a bit sparse this year, they're normally full of lovely blooms. Hassle drive. In America they pronounce it different, won't they? Singleton, Thistleton. I'm in no rush, it's a leisurely ride. Save me tyres. This is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. Dee dee diddly dee diddly diddly dee. Slow, it's in the tower. The wrong side of the slight hills, aren't we? That's why. Thistleton. Yeah, for some reason I thought these were all on the other side of that A585. See a bloody turn here to negotiate. Who'd have thought? Blackpool 8 miles, Fleetwood 11. Nothing behind. Nothing that we'll see. Hedge wants cutting. Someone was speeding up there, you know what I mean? Ah, this is, yeah, I must remember. The busy turn off. It's almost impossible on busy days to pull out here. Something coming one way and nothing the other, and then suddenly it's vice versa. Bentley, very nice. See what I mean? Just no gaps, look at that. It's van after van, car after car. Red car, that's the last one, bit of a gap. There'll be something coming the other way. I think there'll be lights further down to break the flow up. Not just a steady bloody stream, it's just a pain in the ass. This should be a roundabout by right, shouldn't it? Just to speed things up. Oh, a gap after that bike. Slight gap. See, you missed it, don't you, Albert? Right, red car, red car. Come on, Albert, move it. So normally I go up there and you come out near Blackpool North Station, which is near Coral Island. You end up at Coral Island halfway up the front. Oh, that glass sculpture again. Do you know what I was thinking? That this comes out at that Blackpool Honda motorway area. It doesn't, that's a 583, isn't it? Ah, she's open, good. Oh, dear me. Let's see if we're still recording. NC 750. I do, alright. Well, I've got an old Hornet that's done 50 odd thousand mile, a Hornet 900, and I can't afford a new bike, so I'm just looking at second hand ones at a few different bike shops. Right, thank you very much. Oh, 12,750. I'm pleased you have plenty of second-hand bikes because my bike was from Raceways in Fleetwood in 2012 and I went back last year and they hardly had any second-hand bikes. No, it doesn't pay these days. I said, doesn't pay. I got 6 bikes from Fastline in Preston when he had a similar setup and he made a living. No, it doesn't pay these days, second-hand bikes. Yeah, I think you were off on the wrong foot there, I think. All he had in was a nice old Triumph Thunderbird. It were mint even though it was quite about 15-year old. Mm, well, I didn't really make any inquiries. I'm not sure what I want. I sat on one of those NC 750s. A mate has one from Bolton. He didn't let me have a go, but I said it just fits me, we're being told. But I think I upset him because I said, he started it up, I said it sounds like a sewing machine. You know, you know, being a twin, it sounds a bit, yeah, they are. Once he's I mean, he does videos like me, and when he's riding it, it seems to have plenty of power. It just sounds a bit odd. We've been used to a 4-cylinder for many years. A twin sounds a bit strange. When I used to have a good job, I bought 6 bikes off Fastline, all interesting imports, a CB 1300, 2 of them, and then the X4 custom version. Go upstairs and have a look at clothing. I don't need anything. They do have a mixed bag. Plenty of room to look round as well. It's a brand new one. Looks like it with a taste. Grum. $500X. Looks tiny, doesn't it? They make a good work commuter though. Dual clutch transmission, yeah. I didn't ask Ainsworth if he's a different model. I don't know. I don't know anything about modern bikes. There are two different models, standard clutch and then that weird one. Fireblade. See, completely different engine now, isn't it? Plus he's got the 1000cc one. I've always wondered, could a Fireblade engine be shoehorned into my bike, seeing as it's a down-tuned Fireblade? Or are there extra bits on the old Fireblade 900 engine and it wouldn't fit in? You know, just to boost the power a bit. Oh no, he wants boosted power. Quite like that. 12,750. Well, I'll have a can of my energy drink and then do the usual run up and down the prom. Decide if I'm having a bite to eat. And then go home. Oh, that's something I forgot. When it was warm after work on Friday, I took that crappy Acro Provic sticker off. And I was going to do the same with that. I will do when I get home. And get the sticky guns off. It always looks a bit crap. Yeah. Does look a bit worn. I've been squirting grease in thinking that was a problem, but no, it's just a worn key, I think. Well, see if the Promenade's chocker. If it is, I'll turn off and go home. Because it's late in the afternoon, it shouldn't be so bad. I mean, where would they be going? Fleetwood. Why is a Promenade often chocker? Where are they going? And if the battery will last. We shall see. See if we can find that road. I'm in the wrong bloody lane again. Well, they were too. Everyone's in the wrong lane. Well, that's one of the crescents of the mini submarine. It's like it's chocker. She's not a secret anymore, is it? Look at that, full. The mirror ball's been taken down. Coastal Point Luxury Living. Is there a gap? Yes, good. Marvellous, isn't it? Keep clear, my ass. No, it's not a secret anymore. Everyone knows about this. I'm not going to invade anyone's space by squeezing between them. could park on the prom. I'm not sure what the deal is. Pay on display. Cobblers. I have pulled over in the past just for a couple of minutes. Right here, in fact, took a picture ages ago. No spaces, is there? Bus stop. Well, as you can see, it looks like it's chocker. Which is why it's better to come on the train, isn't it? Why are they not stopping for that family? Mr. Chippy. Well, at least all these shops are open now. They're all closed a while back. Sloths. Sam Smith in America got a sloth and he called it Steve. Well, it's sort of refreshing that it is so busy, because hopefully it'll boost hotel accommodation if they're not all day trippers. I'll love to be able to afford a week just to get out of the house, but I'm rather tied up with them cats now that my mum's not mobile. My mum used to say, have a week off, go to the seaside, I'll look after your cats. All they need is a litter tray, cleaning and feeding every day. I see a green light, everything's held up. Oh, this is the junction here. wonder if that pub has waiter service. I was sat on one of those tables on the balcony once enjoying a pint, and I thought, if we get another pint, will someone come and finish my plate because we were so busy. It's a romantic pumpkin carriage ride with a fag in. If any room at the Fat Man shop. Thank you. No, it never is. And if it's still going, yellow lines, yellow lines. Why yellow lines there? I'll have to get off the prom for a bit and have a look. This is where a walk on a wild side comes down. Same what a dump it is. And how many shops have now shut down? Oh no, Taylor's is still there. Oh, it's been rather expensive. Got a Jack Daniels shirt there for £40 when I had that good job. See, that's closed down. So I got my Christmas lights from my backyard finally packed up. There we are, Brooks Collectibles. If you're into nostalgia for the 70s and toys and things, go there. Things. I'll have a look in there if I come on the train sometime. There's all Action Man stuff upstairs, but of course it's only worth anything if it's unused and in boxes. No good if it's played with like mine were, with hands missing. Bit breezy but still pleasant. A big burger. Just fancy a juicy burger. Next door they've been away for a week and they just come back yesterday after a holiday, I don't know where. And she was cooking him steak and onions, it smelled delicious. I think I'd be struggling to chew a steak though with my old teeth. It might have been steak Canadian, they always smell nice, don't they? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I was going to change the camera battery, but it looks like it's going to be okay. Poor horses. What they're well cared for. So the tide's out. If I was here on the train, I'd be doing that paddling routine for a couple of miles. It'd be marvellous, wouldn't it? Soothe my aching feet, breathe that fresh air in. Might be a bit chilly. Hotel Cowley. That was professionals, wasn't it? Bodie, Doyle and Cowley. Royal Sea Bank, bloody hell, is that where it is? They're an offer in the Sunday papers. And that was one of the featured hotels. There are people watching. I think I'll never see these people again in my life. That thought ever occurred to you? All these lives and the history of people's lifetimes. Come on, Mrs. You're alright. Ah, it's a bit cheeky. Aye, that's Blackpool for you. Pleasant people having fun. All happy and waving to each other. That's what holidays are all about, isn't it? Get away from the stresses at home and work and everything. Need to blow my nose. Bingo! My grandma used to love bingo. Oh, I can smell, I know that smell, right? Donuts. Proper donuts, them, aren't they? Look at these scaffolding. There's even scaffolding around that tower building now. Now in a red light, so I'll cheat here and get into that gap and go straight on. I was going to brake heavily then, but on her phone at a hen night, hen weekend. And that Star Trek signage is still there despite it closing about 3 years ago. Look at that. I think they must have been told to take the image of Captain Kirk down, because on his Twitter account he's always moaning, people are using my image without permission, my solicitor is onto them. And it closed ages ago. It was a German super fan that had a travelling exhibition, and now it's all gone back to Germany. But bloody hell, the gift shop, a replica Star Trek shirt with just that bloody V on the chest, 100 quid. So they're taking piss, weren't they? Just a money making exercise. And my fan's blasting away. So everything's back open. Coral Island, is that open? Shouldn't them doors be open? Because I'll be in that Buccaneer bar having a pint and a burger. Oh yeah, it's open. They're trying to get past. I'll just stop on the comedy carpet, if you're allowed. That camper van's pulled over. Smell of cannabis everywhere. If anyone says it, I'll say my engine was overheating, which it nearly is. Oh, well, that was a good guess, wasn't it? It just run out as I was pulling up. I delayed because there was a lad on an electric scooter smoking wacky backy. Excuse me, have you got any Allen keys? And when I checked my crappy toolbox, it just had a crappy 6mm one in. Ooh, so when I get home I'm going to put a few in, even though the tool kits which I supply are a bit crap, aren't they? Right, let's have a look at the tower. I always stop here. I always say the same things. It might not be a big deal these days, 500 feet above sea level, but imagine in the 1890s when it was built, people would be in awe of it, wouldn't they? You see that glass floor above? It's a new addition. Well, you know, a few years ago now. So nice day, comedy carpet. People enjoying the sunshine, no mass, I'm going to say silly mass, but we're all still a bit unsure, aren't we, of the circumstances. Scaffolding everywhere. Right, well, I'll continue. I might turn off at Guinea Square just up here and head for home on that road. You can go back on that road. More scaffolding. Vegas Dining, a bar and grill. I might try that when I come, if I come. You know, I've never been to these places, that's why I thought I'd try it. I used to buy, wonder if he still has that postcard I gave him last year. Got lots of old pictures of this area. That's quite an old hotel, that, built in the late 1700s originally. I think it was called Bailey's. And they filled the all this area was sea, and they filled it in and built the cenotaph for the First World War. I see scooter park. I see scooter park. Woody's, where Benidorm meets Blackpool. I wonder if that little cafe's open that I used to visit when it had its own motorbike parking section. Let's see. No, it isn't. Boarded up World Hotel, I don't know. Well, I was going to stop and have a bite to eat, but I think I'll just get home. Be home for 5. I wanted to look at the sea, didn't I? Look at the sea. You can see the sea, but I mean stand on the prom, breathe some fresh air in. Can you see the hills of the Lake District? Across Morecambe Bay there. Nowhere to pull to on the left, you see. I think there would be some kind of little thing to pull into. You know, a little bay or something. No vintage trams, or all the new ones. Well, this is Ginn Square, and the road back is up there, CM55. Ginn pub, I've never been there, that's something to consider. Bleeper comes in handy with these peds. It'd be nice to stay, wouldn't it? Nice and peaceful. Holiday flats. Oh dear. Oh dear, more speeders. still recording. Nice little view up this way. Getting rather tired and I've got a headache. When will this resurface? Must be recently.